because wrapping all that stuff up kind of took some time a little bit. So glad to hear from you. So glad you liked it.
Anything else, Nick?
Yeah, I had one sort of argument about or against gun control that I wanted to get NutnFancy's opinion on.
Okay, while you guys do that, I gotta go to the bathroom. So sorry.
Diarrhea.
You can carry the show, Nutton. It's all yours. It's your show, buddy. Go ahead.
You know, his sponsor probably should be Imodium, AD. Okay, Nick, I can hear you. I'm going to listen very carefully. Go ahead with your question.
Right. By the way, I'm turning off my mic.
Thank you.
When I watched the last show, you mentioned that that if submachine guns or really any other type of dangerous weapon was not regulated by the government, that the armed citizens would sort of be the self-regulating factor. And that's a very, very good point. But I think another thing that a lot of people tend to forget is that the cost of such weapons are so high that people who have bad intentions aren't really going to buy them. I mean, the cost of what a good AR-15 is about $1,000. I don't know any criminal, or I've never even heard of any criminal who would want to spend that kind of money on a gun like that. It's really only the responsible people who want to use them for either recreational or defensive purposes that are buying them. At least that's the feeling that I have, and I'm sure you have the same opinion.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point, and I hope everybody heard Nick. He said that, in addition, bad guys can't afford the guns. And so in my, I think, Dangerous Things video, we talked about if I had to choose between regulating these dangerous things, in this case guns, versus no regulation, sorry, but I'll choose absolutely no regulation because it'll regulate itself as armed citizens take care of business when they have to. And Nick brought up the point is, you know, bad guys don't go out and spend $1,000 on a gun. They don't buy a $1,500 AR-15. Excellent point, and I could not agree more. Generally, the weapons that bad guys use are going to be illegal and illegally obtained. They're going to be stolen. They're going to be cheap, and they're going to ditch them after they've used them. That has been that way for many years. So, great point. And it's kind of getting that way with ammunition, isn't it, guys? The ammunition is so expensive. Who can afford to shoot anymore? Raise your hand. We can't. We do it because we have to test the guns, but ammo is outrageous, and it is not going down.
Oh, I hear you. I've unfortunately fallen victim to that too lately, so hopefully things will improve.
Yeah. Well, one way they can improve, because everybody out there, I think, well, not everybody, most of the guys out there are shooters, and they're going to be asking, how do I keep my skills up? Well, you've seen some of the ways, and I have put them to the top of the heap for my reviewing priorities, and that is 22 conversions. I did a several-part series on the CMMG AR-15 bolt conversion. It's a great way to use your AR-15 to keep training and not break the bank when you do it. You're going to see a SIG 226 long rifle review coming out, an Advantage Arms conversion for Glock. I'll make a video on that. I don't have that yet. That's going to be a dude of mine that I know is going to get that for me. So I think you're going to see a predominance, or let me say an emphasis placed on 22 long rifle conversions for a lot of our guns. Otherwise, people are not going to be able to afford to shoot at all.
Yeah, that's true. What that Advantage Arms thing, real quick, is that a 22 LR conversion for the Glock? Because I have a Glock myself, and like I was saying earlier, I haven't gotten to shoot it much just because of the cost of ammo. Yes,
I think the Advantage Arms. I haven't done all of my research on it yet, but it's a high quality conversion. The guys that I know that have it have shot it, not a lot, but some, and I get good reports of it. It's reliable, it's accurate, and it has the advantage of holding the slide open last shot, which I don't know why all the others don't do that, but they don't. But if you do have a Glock, Nick, I would not hesitate getting an Advantage Arms conversion for it, knowing what I know now. The question is, and it'll come up with a lot of my subscribers, is do I buy a conversion kit for my defensive pistol, whatever that is? Maybe it's a SIG, maybe it's a Glock, maybe it's a 1911, which Doodle and I have been ringing out with his PT 1911. That's a good question. Versus perhaps buying a Browning, or a Ruger 2245, maybe a Mark III. Either way you go, it's good. I think most guys would probably be happier with version for their defensive pistol. It will be better training that way.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off now.
Cool.
And I appreciate your time.
Well, we appreciate your time, dude. Thanks so much.
Great question. Thank you so much.
Okay, a lot of people want to talk to you. Should we dare do this, you guys? The old school pour phone. This is going to get really noisy, okay? Really noisy.
Mrs. Fancy just told me she wants to make out on camera.
Go for it.
Honey, we cannot do that right now. That's not appropriate.
Yeah.
What? That was you, cowboy.
Yeah.
By the way, if you don't know this, we are a very informal family. We joke, we laugh a lot, we bicker sometimes, but that's who we are. And a lot of guys will say, people who generally don't spend a lot of time with a project will ask questions like, well, you're just trying to be cool, and you saw my video, I kind of made fun of those guys. What you see at the NutnFancy project, whatever video it is, it's 100% genuine. You're not seeing anything that I haven't done for the last, 22 years that I've been with Mrs. NutnFancy. Have I always been into guns, always been shooting, always been doing the knife thing? Always.
I'm dating.
Even when we're dating. In fact, when Mrs. NutnFancy and I were dating, that was one of the qualifying dates. Did you hear that? Qualifying dates. Take your girlfriend out on a shoot with her, see what her response is on the shoot, and you'll have some good ideas of what the marriage will be like.
Okay.
And it doesn't, even if she's not from a gun background, don't think that it kills the deal. She just has to be open to it. She has to be ready to, to learn. And I do have friends that married girls like that, and they are very open to it, and their marriages are going good. Although we have one couple, remember, I'm not going to mention names, but she pretended like she's really into guns during the dating process. He's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. After they got married, she hates guns, and she's very anti-gun to the effect where it's caused a whole bunch of problems in the family, and it's like she just did an about-face when they got married. So be careful with that, guys.
Hey, we got somebody on the old school pour phone. Hi, who's this?
This is David Kaplan from California.
How old are you, David?
15.
15, okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, what's going on, buddy?
You're on with NutnFancy.
What?
You're on the show. You're on LuvCh.
This is a question for the last suspect, though.
Go ahead.
David, shoot with your question. Go, dude.
Oh my God! I've been trying to for so long.
I'm sorry I haven't gone back to you, David. I'm just overwhelmed with messages, but you got me now, and I'm listening intently.
Me too.
This isn't about which is more deadly, a paintball or airsoft, is it?
Yes.
I'm listening too.
15, so.
What's your question?
I was wondering why you're so advocate on lightweight.
White dresses?
Why you're so... We were doing good now until then. Why you're so advocate about what?
Hey, lightweight.
What are we waiting for?
Lightweight weapons.
Why are you so... Oh, about lightweight weapons.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. I think the question...
That's actually a good question, right, when you got it?
It is a good question. He says, why do I advocate lightweight weapons so much? That's a fair question. The reason is because I've carried heavy things for so many years. And when you carry heavy things for so many years and you think in terms of systems, you will become an advocate of lightweight weapons too. Let me give you an example. If you watch my extended stay backpacking series of videos, that is probably the best series where I talk to this concept.